Alright, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna make Ash live this time. And then we're gonna make, well, we're gonna see what happens, because it's just him, it'll just be him and Isabella. Now I'm gonna hit fast forward, because I don't really want to read this time. We're gonna beg him to listen this time. My life's not the only one at risk here, however. We're all unknowingly victims to this fucking curse, and I'm in no position to pick who to save and who I should simply let die. I suppose my pride can take a few hits, and I can set aside my beef with this asshole. Taking a deep breath slowly, I lower my pistol. Though still on edge, and at ready, in case he does something, I do my best to assume a less aggressive stance.
Listen, Wright, I need you to...
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now. And you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
Suddenly he laughs, almost howling in fact. Like I've just told him the best joke he's heard all his life. The only thing missing is for him to keel over and start rolling around the floor, all while I do my best not to sock him with the sorry end of my pistol.
You have guts, little pig. You have guts. Did you hear what you just told me? You've just threatened me inside my own house. My own home. You know what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
He's right on that, at least. I might have ended up like him if I didn't have Professor Andrew, Rebecca, Zach, and Isabella. One mistake and it would have been too late for me. With his laughter rings all of those possibilities I could have lived, but have never been given the choice. All because I have other people with me, people who care. A sobering realization. But not so much when suddenly his chuckling stops. In 2 heartbeats he marches towards me, grabs my collar and aims his gun right at my head. At this distance, a slight flick of the finger on the trigger will be able to do more than kill me.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the 3rd time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game. One last time, are you with the NCA or are you a hitman? Which one is it, little pig? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to beat the business end of this gun.
I keep my eyes trained on him, in spite of the huge threat he poses right now, because if there's anything people like him, like us, prefer, it's honesty. You don't give that impression without keeping a solid eye contact.
I already told you, I'm not with NCA. I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let me go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
Why, you insolent!
His finger moves, but I am prepared, my hand ready to reach up and disarm him and knock him out. If I have to drag him out of this place unconscious, to keep him from suffering the fates of every other person who has died from this curse, so be it. However, before either of us can fire a shot or tackle the other to the ground, another voice echoes through the foyer. A small little thing compared to the storm raging outside. It rings above it nevertheless, causing us to stop and turn. At the top of the staircase, Hannah Wright stands, pale as death, an expression eerily calm. A cold chill runs up my spine at the sight. The woman just lingers there, a poor mimicry of life, a chilling smile on her face. Without a doubt, it's her.
Hannah? You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, Luke, darling, my love. You look so upset. Are you not happy to see me?
Outside, another streak of lightning flashes and a clap of thunder ripples across the sky. As if this whole thing can't get any more foobar than it already is. I don't know what foobar is. Oh, really? Dang, you know that better than I do. Oh, and there's the end of Ash's route. Time to fast forward! Whee! Because I'm definitely not reading any of this. If you wanna see what happens, please refer to the Luke's bad ending Twitch video I posted just recently. We're doing a serious speed run here, you guys. We're just gonna watch all these scenes. Yeah, sorry. Oh, wow, this is fun. I've never actually played through this on fast forward. So we're just gonna watch all of this speed by. I wonder how long this will take, considering though the first time I played this was 4 hours. Let's see how long fast forwarding takes. Oh man, this is amusing. Yep, here's the creepy lady. And there's her creepy face. So far, nothing's different. Will it do something like those Otome games, like if you haven't read? Yeah, it'll stop when it gets to something that I haven't seen yet. Who knows? Maybe this will be my shortest stream. Right? Oh, yep, there's having sex. There's being tortured. There's him leaving, and some more torture. Ugh. Yep. Well, he doesn't. I don't think he knows that Zachary's dead. I mean, he has Zach's eyes, but he doesn't know that that's who that belongs to. Ugh! Oh, here we go. Take this one, for example. Despite the pride brimming in him, how he matches my glare with one of his own, he simply lowers his pistol after a long second, not in surrender. Look at that. Fast forwarding 4 hours of contact took 3 minutes. The tense set in his shoulders tells me as much, but the closest he can get to lowering his own ego in favor of something I can't quite place. Interesting. Gotta admit, I'm almost disappointed.
As you should be, my lord.
I've expected him to hold on until one of us shoots the other. Can't say it'll be more exciting that way. A bullet inside any part of my body isn't something that I'd like to have on a bad day like today. Or any day for that matter. But it'll surely be the predictable of him. And I like predictable. They're the kinds of people who are the easiest to deal with no matter the solution. With them, there's no second guessing what they'll do. He shoots, I shoot. One of us dies, the other walks away. Nothing complicated. Nothing requiring much brain power. Just muscle memory. And who's the better shooter? End of story. Yet here he is, dragging a deep breath in and setting aside the only thing protecting him. I can easily shoot him this way and be done with this whole farce of a conversation. Instead, I find myself listening. A concussion for a person who, in another life, would have also become the person I am today had his circumstances allowed it. Damn shame. We might have gotten along.
Listen, right. I need you to.
But alas.
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now. and you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
Let me just check relationships. Okay. I like how Luke and Ashton's bar is like so teeny tiny. Yeah. A meeting of two prideful blokes will never go well, whichever lifetime it is. And I can only laugh at his audacity, his lack of shame and fear even facing the business end of my pistol.
You know what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
The best truth I can offer him. Not many people, not many people, those who have slighted me, in particular, live this long to see it.
And he should be grateful. You're already gracious enough, allowing him to stand in your presence like this.
Yet especially when he has a lot to answer to. Preferably right now, because as generous as I have been so far, my patience has its limits. My amusement can only last for so long. In 2 steps, I'm standing in front of him, grabbing him by the collar and resting the cold muzzle of the eagle against his temple. He'll end up a pretty smear on the wall this close.
Teach this loud a lesson.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the 3rd time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game. One last time. Are you with the NCA or are you a hitman? Which one is it, little pig? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to beat the business end of this gun.
And he knows it. Of course he does. He's a trained officer, isn't he? But not many bother to be as cautious as him. One glimpse at my handgun safety earlier is all it took for him to see I mean business. Similar. Too similar. We're too alike in so many little ways. It's funny. Down to the fact he doesn't even flinch no matter how heavy the threats in my words are. Even knowing how one flick of my finger on the trigger will be enough to end his sorry life. He should have caved in by now. Started begging like so many others before him. Instead, he throws more vitriol, adds more kindling to a fire already burning.
I'm not with NCA. I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
Igniting it further, I can't help but return it with him with equal fervor.
We don't need it, my love.
Why, you insolent!
We both decide to move in that moment, both our bodies tension, each of us racing to get ahead of the other. However, before we can even get a head start, a voice unexpectedly rings above the chaos to ensue. All at once, everything falls away into the background, and all that matters is her.
Hannah? You're not supposed to be here.
For a moment, I wonder if it had been me who had died and not her. Oh wait, I wonder if I should... No. After all, that can be the only logical explanation as to why I can hardly draw a breath while she stands there. Of course, another logical explanation would be that I'm high and this is a really, really bad trip. Either reason doesn't suit me, though it can't very well be the former. Even from down here, I can see the blood that stains her dress. Seeing that makes me feel as if my hands are covered in them once more. Warm and sticky, sweet and sickly.
Oh, Luke, darling, my love. You look so upset. Are you not happy to see me?
No, I am not. Thanks for asking. But let's be honest here. Any explanation, any reason as to why a dead woman walks once more is a bad one to me, especially when it's one that I've killed. I mean, how?
How can this be? You're...
Do you not find my presence desirable anymore, my love?
What sort of sick joke is this?
Tell me what's wrong, my dear prince. Does my presence leave you so speechless?
She says with a smile on her face, tiff and forced. A dead body's parts doesn't seem as malleable as they would be on a living human. She takes a step forward, but her movements are stiff and choppy, like a corpse being forced into a position despite the rigor mortis, like the corpse that she should be. I find my voice once more when she takes a careful step forward. Just the thought of that thing approaching just makes my skin crawl. She stops to listen, fixated on my voice and on my words.
No, you're not. You're not supposed to be here. You can't be here. You're dead.
The "I killed you" is left unsaid considering present company.
And I have returned. For you. You don't have to do this. You can still have it all, Luke. Just please. Don't you love me? We would have been so beautiful.
I can still hear her pleas as she begs for me not to be rid of her. Not once have I forgotten this particular crime of my own. No matter how much I wash my hands, I can still see her blood on them. She's dead. This is an irrefutable fact, and nothing short of the devil would bring her back.
Why are you acting this way, my love? Does this not make you happy?
I feel like there's something lodged in my throat, and my heart feels like it's being sat on with how tight my chest feels.
Of course I'm happy to see you again, Hannah. Of course I love you, Hannah. But how do I know you're... How do I know you're you, darling?
Whatever do you mean? You look perturbed. Why not come here? I can make you feel better.
If by act of some malevolent god she was back, I don't think she would take too kindly to what I've done to her. This certainly isn't what I would expect. Not the fixated gaze or these loving words. There is no accusation in them, no anger, when Hannah has every right to look at me so. My guilt is overshadowed by the oddity of these illogical circumstances. Does no one notice the other person that's next to Hannah? Is no one seeing that?
No. Stay where you are. Stay back. Don't go near me. Don't touch me.
It is that rejection which turns her expression absolutely fearsome, and everything turns to complete and utter shit. Hannah's body shudders and shakes, as if she's about to have a seizure, until her visage ripples and changes. Golden yellow hair is slowly stained with inky black. And her face melts into that of the woman, the maid from before, with a menacing expression on her face. Along with it is the shifting of the very ground we stand on. It is a slow thing, a whisper more than a bang, as the darkness creeps into every corner of the room. The walls shudder and groan, blood runs from the ceiling, crawls down the walls and stains the floor. It feels as if life itself is being sucked from the house, slowly but surely. The beauty of the place is gone, with only the dead, decaying remains of a mansion left in its wake. This is why you should never buy an old house. Just don't do it. Now, even if it's like dirt cheap, I'm never going to buy a house that's made in the 1800s. I don't want to know what things lurk in there. Hard pass. I don't have to wonder if it's just the foyer that's become this nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of the thunder and the lashings of the wind against the foyer's high windows. All of it has been replaced by a more grating sound. A cacophony of voices from nowhere and everywhere echoing throughout the now horrid walls. Voice that neither belongs to us nor the people who live here.
What's going on?
Help! Please!
All throughout the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, a mirror to the horror creeping up in each of us. Who wouldn't be shocked? Meanwhile, Feathers holds his ground, brave of him, I'll have to admit, to not run at the first sign of danger, though it doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't feel the same fear as the rest of us. I'm not sure how he can keep himself together, though I suppose it's more of his training at work. Not that he has any other choice in this. There seems to be no end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like it's the beginning.
Help me! Oh my god! Please! Somebody! Anybody! Who This is one Scotswoman. You aren't getting into an early grave without a fight!
No! She's here! You've gotta let me out! She's gonna kill me! Someone! She's...
We would have been so beautiful.
Mother of God, pray for us sinners. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
Their screams fill the mansion. She laughs all the while, a harsh, agonizing sound that goes on for what feels like forever. Until there is nothing but silence. Her horrid smile and pale hands reaching out to me, calling, beckoning, pleading. I'm terrified. I really am, like I should be. But I have never been one to truly stay afraid. I've long learned that fear will not get me anywhere. Cowering in a corner doesn't keep me safe, and it will not keep me alive. Not like rage does. I've learned to use this burning hate inside of me to survive. There is no difference now.
Stay away from me!
Why do you wish to leave? This is where you belong, my lord. Remember the blood you shed.
The very same one that now taints this house, along with many others.
I did not do this, you lie! I did nothing!
What of her then? Your wife, your sunshine. Doesn't her blood already stain these halls? Stain your hands?
Damn it, right. I knew you were dirty, but
She's lying!
The words sound so familiar. Just a few days ago, I spotted the same ones as that vile woman who ruined everything. If it weren't for that munter, that harlot... But it's no use. The seed has already been planted in his head. Defending myself, especially against the like of him, is pointless. Yet I still continue. I'm not even sure why. I can easily dispose of him now that he knows. Somehow proving this vile creature wrong seems to have heavier weight than the former.
I don't know what she's talking about!
Now you deny it.
Pointing fingers, aren't we? You see, my love, no difference. No difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us. Just like every single soul in this putrid wreck. We've waited for so long. You can hear them, yes. Their pleas, their calls, their invitation. Come, my lord. The house seeks its master.
The monster reaches out again, her hands a gory, abhorrent sight, along with that smile spread across her face. My body's already moving on instinct. Stumbling back, one at a time, in a desperate bid to be away from her. Anything to put distance between me and this vile creature. No matter what she says, I am nothing like her. I need to get out of this house. Out of this country, preferably. There's nothing for me here. Not anymore. Nothing to keep me tied to this place. With Hana gone, Shorkan likely taken by this woman as well, nothing's left to bind me to this wretched city. I can leave. My foot steps on something, sending me sliding on my back and flat on the floor. Beside me, a paper, a familiar one, flutters down. It's this thing again, in the open house, though it feels less like a gimmick and more like a threat to the recent events. Must have fallen from the detective in the commotion earlier, leaving the damn thing to simply bear its grisly message for everyone in the room to see. Help me. Help me. Help me. Is this it? What they've been telling us? Why everything in my life has gone to shit? Because of some stupid old letter? An invitation indeed. One I am not willing to accept. Not any time. From the top of the stairs, the creature moves again, drawing my attention back to her. Her gait remains slow and awkward as she walks forward, that smile never leaving her. But I don't. I won't give her the chance. I'm not dying here, and I'm certainly not giving myself to a hideous creature like her either. Adrenaline kicks in, and despite panicked gasps and worried glances from Feathers, I pay him no mind as I reach for the main door and, without warning, it slams open, revealing not the mansion grounds like I am expecting. Before my mind can simply even comprehend what's happening, black tendrils have already coiled tightly around my limbs, dragging every person in the foyer into the room. None of us even get to scream when darkness completely envelopes us upon the doors closing.
Understand where your place is now, my love. You belong here. Is it so difficult to grasp? We've been waiting.
There's a moment of panic when the feeling of tendrils around my limbs finally dissipates. As soon as my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room and I'm on my feet, I'm reaching for my knife and holding it out, watching and waiting for every movement. Using it as a way to put distance between me and this peasant. Who knows what Feathers can do to me? Now that he knows what I've done, there's only 2 of us in this room. He can easily do anything in the world will not know. Of course, I can easily overpower him. Not without some effort, but I can. But what if he's in cahoots with the creature, unlike what he has said? Fuck. I cannot trust him not to turn on me. I cannot trust anyone. Not anymore. Not after this. Everything that I've built has fallen apart.
You! This is all your fault! If I'm dying to this bloody curse, I'm taking you down with me!
Calm down, Wright. The situation's already bad. You're just making it worse.
You shut your mouth! If it weren't for you, for this letter, none of this would have happened! Anna
Dude,
would still be...
Chill. Suddenly, Feather steps up and slaps the knife away from my hand.
Playing the blame game isn't going to get us out of here, Wright. I'll be more than happy to leave you here, if you want to stay.
Without batting an eye, glaring at me as if he might just rip my head off in this instant, said knife slides uselessly under the table and out of my reach. I should have expected he's not the kind to submit even under threat. This pipsqueak thinks he can intimidate me? Bloody peasant. My head's already aching just listening to this. Does he take me for someone with half a brain? I should have just stabbed him and made a run for it. It doesn't help that with each second we spend talking here, the crazier this whole place gets. The voices have also become louder, and somehow sounding more vicious. If things in this room start floating, mark my words, I will fucking live out. And he may not be thinking of it right now, but eventually he'll turn. Such is the nature of humans. I can't let that happen. Like I still have so much to do. Better find a way out of this place as soon as possible if I'm to stay alive. And what else is the source of our problem but the sodding letter? Burning this doesn't seem sound, but who knows? We don't understand a shit about this place. Might as well try everything, yeah? Whatever works. If I also have to be the one to make that bloody decision, so be it. It's an easy decision to make, especially with these cries growing louder. I'm getting tired of it, really. I simply have to act fast, think fast, and what else is the root cause of our problems but that letter? No need to make things more complicated. It started from there, why would it end there? Before this situation can stretch on far too long, I take out Mom's lighter. The sight of it brings a puzzled expression on his face, but I have no need for his opinion. In the next moment, I'm already setting the letter on fire. And it doesn't take long for that thing to catch fire. It's old, for heaven's sakes. Though I make sure none of the ashes end up on anything flammable, it'll be an inferno inside the study, with all the books and documents stored here. Not that a big flame's anything to worry about in this case. In fact, in a matter of minutes, the damn thing has turned to ashes on the floor. With nothing left to burn through, the fire dies, fades into thin air and a whiff of smoke, leaving only the awful scent of burnt paper in the room. But as the last of the paper turns into cinders, a sharp, agonized wail echoes from somewhere in the mansion before quickly dying out, taking with her the horrors she had brought upon the mansion. Slowly before our eyes, the mansion changes again. Blood fading from the walls, ceilings, and the floor, returning the place to its old beauty. Gone is the darkness, quickly replaced by artificial lights in the room. Even the smell of blood and gore has completely disappeared from the room. Perhaps the only thing undesirable left is the dumbfounded look I'm being given. It must be nice to live such a mundane existence.
See? Wasn't that easy? For fuck's sake, you need to get your poor head checked! How did you make it this far in life with that kind of thinking? Well, you can thank me later for this. You may now show yourself off my property before I call the police on you.
I walk out of the study without a single glance back, more than eager to finally get fresh air. He can find his way out of this place, I'm sure. I better not catch him here again. Though, or I will not be happy. I'm already being nice as it is. Outside there's only silence. Deafening. Still. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside. And with it, from the wide open windows is the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. Ever so slowly the sky begins to lighten before my eyes. Darkness giving way to the warm morning hues and soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxborn's countryside. Nearby the trees sway and rustling with the breeze, a passing draft that carries even into this room from outside, cold enough to make me shiver. The remains of a storm that has passed. In the distance I can hear the soft chirping of birds, while the rest of the world stirs, wakes. Dawn at last. We are free. For undisclosed reasons to the public, the mansion is put back on the market months later, while the Briar Realty Corporation faced criminal charges filed by one Luke Wright. After the news of the lawsuit broke out and the realty company's declaration of bankruptcy, rumors quickly spread across Luxborn City. But for those who still believe in the stories of old and those who knew the truth, it is but a testament to the curse and the secrets the Ermengarde mansion has hidden for centuries. If there will come a time those will finally be revealed, only the hallowed halls of the mansion know. To this day it stands silent. However, on nights when the wind howls, thunder booms across the sky, some still claim hearing of voices within. Of cries and wails that fill the nights, and desperate calls of help for anyone who dares listen. As for those who once tread its halls, Luke Wright has won his legal battle with Variety Realty Corporation. Another tech leaks places him and Wright Enterprises into the spotlight months later. This time, however, with the then Chief Inspector Harvey Lee's sudden absence, the businessman isn't able to escape close scrutiny. An investigation headed by LPD's Detective Inspector Ashton Frey, all of Wright's Enterprises' illegal business dealings within the past 10 years have come to light. Although his involvement with other crimes is still being investigated, Hannah Wright's death in particular, the disclosure has caused a huge outcry, especially from the city's business sector. Sued on multiple grounds, the company is ultimately forced to shut down. Meanwhile, to avoid public outrage, the once affluent businessman immediately leaves the city. All his bank accounts have been emptied, including his Luxborn apartments, leaving not a single trace or clue where he might be hiding. The last anyone has seen of the man was on a flight bound for Ireland. Till this day, no one has heard from him, even his people from the old Wright Enterprise, who have all been left to deal with the aftermath. Though over the past few months after the situation has calmed, some have made claims of spotting him fitting in and out of the city, if only to check on those he has left behind. Even with his success in bringing Luxborn firm case to a close, notably it is the last one Ashton Frey ever handles. Disillusioned and burdened by the depths of the people he has failed to save, the detective ultimately gives up his badge and resigns from the police force. Although he continues to help former colleagues when requested, he prefers to stay away from the life he once lived, choosing a quiet life away from the rush and excitement he dreamed of as a child. Every now and then, people may spot him at the local pub, sharing a quiet conversation with the resident bartender, a glass of liquor in hand. Oddly, he never drinks from it, merely staring at the amber liquid before leaving the establishment without a word. Taking with him the ghosts of regret he knows he will never be able to make up for it. As bleak as things have ever been, he never misses a visit to Isabella Santos. Watching over the comatose girl, sometimes staying for hours on end, simply sharing a comfortable silence between them. On occasion, he offers help to her aunts when he can, something the woman appreciates, knowing she can't be there for the sleeping girl every hour of the day. And though Ashton never speaks of it, a part of him knows this is the last thing keeping him from falling apart. So he hopes, desperately and earnestly. However, though he wants to remain optimistic on Isabella's chances, it dwindles with every failed attempt of the doctors to bring her out of coma, and each passing day the girl stays asleep. Amidst the constant beeping of the machines in her room, he can only pray. Oh wow, okay, so she stays in a coma. Yeah. Right?